This is the video option for Foundations Personal Finance 10.03 Marriage and Money. I'm going to be answering the following 5 questions. The first one: what information surprised you about the interview? I interviewed my mom. I would say probably how much minimum wage was. In the 80s, it was around $5 an hour, which it's crazy to think about because even minimum wage now is ridiculously low. So I don't know how anybody could live on that, let alone save enough money for anything on that. Another thing that surprised me was how cheap her first car was. It was $1,000 for a late '60s Chevy Malibu. You'd be hard pressed to find a car in good running condition now for $1,000. The next question: what things do you plan to do the same or different than the person you interviewed? Probably stay out of debt. Uh, I recently purchased a new trailer for my business, and I made sure I paid cash because I don't want to get stuck in the loophole of having to make monthly payments and if something goes wrong, having to pay back interest all the way through the payment period. Um, Another thing is not marry somebody with kids already, because that just adds another extra piece of burden to a marriage. The third question: what are the biggest differences when it comes to attitudes, beliefs, and values about money between their generation and yours? Um, Back in my mom's generation, if you wanted something, you saved up for it, and you kept saving up and saving up and saving up. And if you didn't have enough money for it, you just didn't buy it. It wasn't very common for people, or let alone kids, to have credit cards that they could go out on spending sprees. Whereas nowadays, it's just the norm to have multiple credit cards and have a plethora of credit card debt, which that's not healthy to start out, and it teaches really bad money managing habits. Um, what are some of the biggest similarities when it comes to attitudes? That's where I don't think there are very many similarities. Like I said in the last question, people believe now that even if you don't have the money, you can still buy things, and that wasn't the case. Um, Even in the generation immediately before, it wasn't as prevalent, and it's really screwed up the current generation because now most people have between ten and $15,000 in credit card debt, according to Dave Ramsey, and that's not a healthy way to start out life or a relationship or anything like that, and it teaches horrible money management skills that will then be passed on to the next generation and create even worse money management skills. So I don't believe there are very many similarities about money management, and those are the questions. I'll submit the interview questions in the Dropbox and upload the video to YouTube. Thank you.